Back in the day, Patrick Mayo was with Bafana Bafana between the year 2000 and 2004. 18 caps he got, 6 goals he scored for this nation. He was at the Africa Cup of Nations in 2004. They didn't get out of the group stage, but I have to say that year was probably the toughest year to get out of the group stage. Bafana got 4 points, but it was unbelievable that Nigeria and Morocco got more points than that, and we weren't able to get out of the group, so I don't blame Patrick for that one on that occasion there. But he's here for Youth Day because his youth, his sons, he comes from a great sporting family now, and he's created it himself. Patrick, welcome to Sport at 10. How are you?
I'm good, Thomas, and how are you doing?
I know it's Pilile, but it's Pilile. Let's talk a little bit about you, then we'll talk about how your sons are doing. Your football career, because some are confused, not about striker, defender, midfield. It just depended on what day of the week. What was your actual position, and how did those changes happen in your career?
That was my position that I was playing as an amateur. It was a centre back. And
centre back?
Yeah.
And then? And
then I've played for Mayo Warriors 1 season and we got relegated. So I left Mayo Warriors and I went to Bushbucks. Bushbucks, they lost Wilfred Mugay to another club from China. So at that time the transfer window was closed. So Trot Molodi, he called all of us and tell us to sit down. He said, guys, we have to wait until January so that the transfer can be open, so that we can be able to get another striker who's going to replace Wilfred. Let me see who can go and play up front for us. And I was still playing as a defender at Bushbucks at that time because they signed me from Mayo Warriors as a defender. So he asked me to go and play up front. And since that day, I never came back because I was scoring goals left, right, and center there up front.
Just from striker, all the way from that to being a Bafana striker.
And it was so unfortunate not to play for Bafana Bafana as a centre back again.
Because? Because
I finished my football career again as a centre back where I've started.
Bomnandi. Wow. Which one did you prefer?
Centre back.
Is that the position you preferred? More than striking? Okora is where everything happens. You're a superstar.
Once you out of form, not scoring goals, people, they start booing at you. They forget that you've been scoring goals for them.
No,
it was difficult for strikers. You can ask one striker from the PSL how difficult it is to pass to me when I was playing as a defender.
But we bond.
Yeah, because I mean, I know how to mark a striker because I know all the runs from the striker.
No, I know you're a striker because you've got 2 sons.
It's easy for me to mark a striker because I know where to run as a striker. So it makes my job easy.
You got 2 sons. One of those sons is a striker. Let's talk a little bit about the oldest one first, Kanyisa. Because as a dad, why are you proud of Kanyisa?
Thomas, that young man, every time he makes me proud because, first of all, I've never played in the World Cup. He's the first player in the Mayo family to play in the World Cup, to represent the country in the World Cup. So I'm proud of him. Now he's graduated from the under-17s. Now he's playing for under-20s. So every time he makes history, because me, I never get that opportunity of playing on the junior levels.
This was your son scoring the goal against the Egyptians, crucial qualifier, part of the journey that took us to the under-17 FIFA World Cup in Chile. He's come through the ranks. He's now a national team player, and you're proud of that. You've got a younger son as well. Ukanyisile.
He's also a very good player.
Mari left winger.
Yeah, he's a left winger. But he's knocking on his brother's heels. He's putting pressure on him now. Any slip up that he's going to do, Kanyisile is going to catch him. Because
I saw Kanyisile talking about that he wants to make it into the national team under-17 this year. Because the older brother now, Segasugile, space.
And he will definitely.
Do you tell them this? Do you encourage them? How did you get your sons to play football? I mean, that doesn't, it seems impossible that you played, then both your sons are doing fantastically.
Thomas, I would say I'm blessed to have them as my sons because I never forced them to play football in the first place. But I used to take them to training. If we're doing finishing, they would collect all the balls that went over the goal post and kick them back to the field. That's how they started football. Even Nkonza, he mentioned it the other day that he is surprised to see Kanyisa that he's been playing for the under-17s, because Kanyisa was so small when I used to go with them at Kaizer Chiefs Village.
Now, so we know that the national team. There was a bit of a controversy, though. I'm feeling because let me tell the viewers at home, both Sebenzeli Chipa, you were doing some stuff with Chipa, both your boys, there was a conversation, no, these boys are going to be the future of Chipa United. And then Timer, Langena. Timer, why in Zan?
Nothing wrong, Thomas. Because SuperSport, they gave me an offer that I couldn't resist. So that's why I took them from Chipa into SuperSport.
What makes it irresistible? I mean, football club. Chipa United, Premier League, SuperSport United, Premier League. You said no to Chipa, your province, your hometown, and moved them to Johannesburg.
I think the decision that I've made, Thomas, it was best for their interest. Because SuperSport, they offered me scholarship, accommodation, transport, medical aid, and then...
Skolo, konke.
Yonke, allowance. And Chipa, they never gave me an offer.
So, for your future, boys. And you also played for SuperSport United.
Yeah.
So it's a club you know. You know the culture, you know the academy. Did that also play in your mind?
Yes.
To say, okay, no, I'm not just sending them anywhere.
Absolutely.
But it was rough, Ndota. Rough. Now it's fun.
Sometimes, Thomas, we have to take decisions as fananes.
I mean, looking out for your sons caused you to lose a job at Chipa United. How did that feel? Yeah,
it was sad, but it was a pill that I have to swallow, Thomas, because I had to make that decision.
Bafana Bam first. Youth Day is coming up tomorrow, so we're talking all about the youth. Your sons are showing a great example of what youth should do. They're focused. They're doing it for their country. They're staying in school. They're growing. The potential for being a superstar is there. But it's up to parents sometimes. We always talk about the youth must do, but it's up to parents to create those youthful individuals that do the right thing. What have you done for your sons? What has been the secret that you can give other parents and say, this is something you can help your son, your daughter with so that they achieve?
Thomas, is to be open to them. Sit down and talk to them. You don't have to hide anything. Because nowadays, I mean, if we would try to be dishonest to them, then they will get into traps. And I don't want them to fall in those traps. So you better be honest to your children, put them down and sit them down and talk everything with them so that they can understand. Because, I mean, along the way, they will have hassles along the way. So by the time they get to those hassles, they know how to handle those problems.
And then in Duguyana?
No, in Dugu, I sebenza.
How?
I sebenza.
At all?
Aye.
Some parents feel with that.
Bakutshela amalungelo wabo nowadays. Ayisibani Ndugu.
So tell me, you've got Kanyisile, you've got Kanyisa.
No, if they done something wrong, Thomas, I tell them straight that, guys, this is not right. This is not the way you should do it. No, they reason. Because angikhulumi nabo lapha ngomama sometimes. Because mama uyabalwisa lana, she wants me to say something. But I kept quiet. Once mama wabehamba ngiyabatshela ngithi mama wena be right lento beyithethe. But the wrong lento nenzayo. Soniyenza yenzeni ngolhlobo. At okay time. I'm so fortunate because they're still listening to me. Whatever that I'm telling them, they listen to me.
Your ultimate dream as a father who's done most things in football for your sons, what do you dream for them?
I would love to see them playing overseas. Because me, I never get that opportunity of playing there. So I'd love to see them playing overseas and representing the country in the highest level. Because Kanyisa, he mentioned that in 2018, he will be definitely playing in the Bafana Bafana squad. And if he says something, he always does that.
Patrick Mayo, thank you very much for your sons. They've done it at a junior level. Your younger son, Kanyisile, is breaking through the Supersport Academy, making his way potentially into being a national team player. And we appreciate the advice you gave South Africans on how you've managed to mold your boys into great South Africans.
It's my pleasure, Thomas.